What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye the Black. Salute to everybody that is tuning in. I want to start up this video by saying that this commentary is 100% commentary. This is me strictly giving my red-pilled analysis, my case study on particular personalities, and Chrissy is one that has been on my radar for quite some time. Now, I did a video on my basic social politics channel. I'll link it in the description. And I spoke about how she called her husband, John, the B word. And she did in the comment section. She got angry. Apparently they had an argument and she decided to leak portions of his album. He said his promo, and she proceeded to respond by using the B word. Let me just say this about Chrissy Teigen, whatever. To me, she is the antithesis of a woman who knows that she has leverage and power in a relationship, and she's going to utilize it. John may not understand that. Maybe he understands it more and more now. Okay, but I would not want a wife who's all over social media, who's calling out the president, who's constantly looking for validation, attention from a group of people she's not anywhere close to. And I think you know what I'm talking about. And somebody who is doing the minimum amount because she knows that if she divorces you, you're going to have to pay a good amount for her to go away. And looking at Chrissy and her behavior, I can tell that she has no filter on or offline. I think that when she says things on social media, that is how she is outside of it. That ain't an act. That ain't her just being passionate. That's just who she is, man. Apparently she's a model, or was a model, because ever since then she hasn't really done much. I believe she's wrote books. I guess that's what she's doing now. At least she does YouTube as well. But as far as career-wise, she hasn't benefited at all from John. And let me tell you why that's going to be a problem. I did a video about Kenny Smith a while back, right? His wife is somebody, well, his now ex-wife, wants to be an actress. You know, she wants to do more. And that's one of the reasons why I think she left him, because she wants to pursue her career, and she really wasn't finding success while she was bogged down in marriage. The same could be said for Chrissy. Chrissy is only 34, you know. She still may think that she has some years ahead of her to do whatever she wants to do if she decides to leave that marriage. Now, I have no problem with her expressing her views politically. It's when you're constantly going off on 45, it makes it seem like you're trying desperately to get his attention. You're the wife of a world-renowned recording artist. Why are you constantly looking for Trump's attention? And that's how it comes off. You know, whenever you see these married women constantly going off on these guys, if you really got into the psychology of women, you would understand there are some layers to that, you know. And again, she's constantly letting her presence be known, you know. Also, I don't think she respects John. And one of the reasons why I think she doesn't respect John is because they've basically been together since 2006. When John Legend's career started to take off in the early years, that's when he got with her. John got whipped. John got whipped by that box. She put it on John to the point to where she's pretty much been the only female he's been with publicly for about 14 years? They dated for 7 years, and then they've been married for 7 years, and they have 2 kids together. So I do believe John is whipped. So John is going to take that type of talk on social media from his wife because she knows John ain't going nowhere. John is whipped, okay? And that's the worst thing you can be as a man in a relationship, is completely controlled by your other half, okay? Now, to interpret this particular commentary, I want to talk about marriage and how it depletes men of their backbone. Like John Legend, I think John has been depleted of his backbone. And you can see by how Chrissy acts and the way that she's leaking his album and then calling him the B word. I think that when you have guys who get married to women, right, and they put everything, they invest everything into her, they marry her, they have kids with her, they build a life with her, they intend to be there for the long haul. But that particular woman can say, hey, I'm ready to walk away from this. I want nothing more to do with this particular relationship. Chrissy knows this. Women like her know this. You see these divorces all the time. Some of these divorces are very bad. Look at the Jay Cutler situation. Him and Kristen put matching posts on Instagram about how they were separating. And you would think, okay, they're separating on good terms. With no less than a day or two later, they're going at each other because it was not amicable. She's greedy, and he knew that, which is why he probably didn't even fight to keep that relationship going. Now she's saying he's this and that and this and that and the third. But was he that when you were putting up that post, making it seem like he was the greatest guy ever and it just didn't work out? Things happen behind the scenes that we don't know. It's all about putting that public face, especially when you think you're going to get something, to keep that facade going. There are guys who are willing to pay to keep that facade going, and there are guys that aren't. And when you got guys like John, who's completely caught up, okay, who got bamboozled, okay, he got that, he got a spell put on him, so to speak, to where he can't even think straight. Your wife leaking your album, calling you the B word, and you think it's hilarious. Why? What you think that you are? You really think that you are, for the most part, basically trying to, I say compare, but you're basically trying to come off as if you're just like everybody else, when we all know that's not true. We all know that you're part of these elite groups. These elite groups who are elitist. They live in gated communities. They don't want to be around these same people that they are quote unquote championing and fighting for. And that's what you see with this. It's all a facade, man. And I see this with married men. And listen, I don't have a beef with guys choosing to get married, but you need to keep your backbone. Don't be like John Legend and be whipped. Okay, he's been with this woman pretty much most of his career. He's been with this one woman. Okay, you could say he's being faithful. You could say that she's a good woman. I just see it as a situation where this guy dated the first attractive woman he saw once he became a bigger name. Women in these situations have all the power. They can leave, especially once they sign that paperwork. Because y'all know I'm against marriage. I think these state-sanctioned marriages are nothing more than agreements of, being together, being basically the state saying, hey, this marriage, we endorse this marriage. That's all it is. I don't, honestly though, if you want to marry somebody, you shouldn't have to marry them through the government. Okay? That's why people go to courthouses, because it's a contract. You're basically signing a contract to be with each other. There's really no point in doing that. There are other ways of getting around. Now, I do have common law marriage, which I think is a complete sham too, but anyway it goes, they want to get you caught up. And listen, I have nothing against guys who choose to get married, but you just got to understand why the reasonings for you getting married. What's the point of it? Men used to get married because they wanted to raise the kids that they already had with each other. Or they had the particular woman had a kid and they had to stick together, so he went and married her. But nowadays, and people say this, and this is the point that a lot of people miss, right? They talk about marriage and they talk about how, men who aren't celebrities should not complain about divorce. Well, let me tell you this. There's a lot of men who aren't celebrities who have made a decent amount of money in their life, who own businesses, who own property, who lose a lot of that when they get divorced. And they're not celebrities. There are men out here who make six figures and aren't celebrities. There are men out here who own property that aren't celebrities. We're not talking about them constantly. When I talk about a John Legend, I'm talking about the situation he went through. I'm not necessarily talking about his lifestyle. Okay? I'm talking about the fact that you have a guy with money and resources who can get divorced and lose it all. That is what I'm referring to. I'm not referring to a situation where, you have celebrities who only go through this. A lot of people go through what these celebrities go through. Relationships, marriages, divorces, relationship drama. They just have a bigger bank and they live in a different type of environment. Celebrities are very much in a fishbowl now more than ever. So every move is watched and monitored. Now people will say, hey, you know what, Jay, you make videos on celebrities. What are you talking about? You watch every move they make. That's factually incorrect. I only speak on things that are already out there publicly, that have been corroborated by numerous sources that I find really intriguing. And I take said topic and I speak about it to my audience just to see what they think of this particular topic that I chose on this particular celebrity who did something that was really crazy that had me go and record and edit a video. That is the point of it. Everybody goes through things. These people are human beings just like you and me. But that doesn't mean that we don't have the same, I'll say the same struggles. When it comes to relationships and marriages, a lot of us go through similar things. We go through similar things. We are not so different, but we are different because they live a completely different lifestyle and are in different circles. But I think y'all already know that.